Hey, you're going to want to listen all the way through to this episode of 90s Now because we'll prove, as Justin Bieber did, that you have to go to the 90s to make your Christmas album that much better.
And if you don't know who Jimmy Two-Fist is, Sharon's going to tell you with a 1-2 punch.
Enjoy the show, everybody. Let's get it started.
Hey, you guys, I'm Sharon. That's Kelly.
Hello.
And that's Adam.
Bonsoir.
Hello. And you know what? The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is prepping for the new class to get in and how we can all be there.
Nice.
All of us. And we don't have to leave. We don't even have to leave where we are right now to be there. Also, a new friend connection has been made between one of the Rock Hall inductees and one of today's newbies. So it's a real 90s Now connection. Kelly's Trivia and your 90s Rewind take us to a real sweet spot in our musical past. And Beyoncé is really giving it to her fans, like in the best possible way. I know. Look at Adam. He's like floating in his chair.
I've been excited the whole week. Ooh.
Well, it's super cool because you know what? Let's start there. Let's start Beyoncé.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. On behalf of Beyoncé, Adam, you are welcome. Because the connection that will be made with your queen is that on December 1st, fans looking to experience the Renaissance World Tour, which Adam has.
Twice.
2 times. Well, she's bringing it to AMC theaters, which I think is brilliant.
Me and my friends said we were probably going to go at least 3 times in theaters.
Really?
Yeah. I've seen the preview. I've seen the trailer. It looks amazing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well,
the thing is,
Renaissance...
Sorry, Sharon, you're not wrong, Adam, to want to see it like several times because like you will miss stuff. Like
for sure.
Need to so I totally support that idea.
I'm curious to see, and same goes for same would go for Taylor Swift, who also announced
like the Eras Tour
the Eras Tour in movie theaters. Are people just standing in a movie theater and watching the movie? Are people singing? Are people dancing? I've never experienced this kind of movie in a movie theater.
It's like watching a documentary, I would imagine.
I think so too. So
because there's a big part of the movie that is the actual performances, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, as of the release date of this specific show, it should be the same day that Taylor has released her movie today. Would be.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm going to go see the Eras Tour in movie theaters.
Well, why? Because you've been watching NFL lately and she's been on your TV a lot? Is that why?
Yeah, that's exactly why.
Oh, my goodness.
I saw a tweet the other day that said they cut to her during the whole Chiefs game 17 times. They went to
and you know what? That's not her fault because she's there. She's not going there to get on camera. That's them cutting to her. So that's the whatever, network is carrying the game. That's them deciding that that's worth cutting to.
Yeah.
And I love how all of this, it's been happening for a few weeks now, but it's all been happening a few weeks after I think she publicly said she would never do the NFL's halftime show.
Oh, that's right.
She doesn't have to. She's on the game.
Well, yeah. She went, I'm never going to do this. And then she's all around the NFL scoreboards. So
yeah, it's incredible. And
she, I don't know if you saw this. I saw an article that said that when the Eras Tour is all said and done, because right now she's on break, right? So she'll be heading back out. She will have brought, and obviously I know that like this is gross, so not net, but $1 billion, right?
That is
but
gross.
She will have generated $5 billion in the worldwide economy.
Wild.
Similar numbers for Beyonce, right? For sure.
Yep.
And what's interesting too is about this NFL thing. If she was just going to the game, they would for sure cut to her a few times. There's no question because she's of interest to everybody. But it's because there's this relationshipy dynamic between like a major player from a major team. Yeah. And so it's this whole love story. And what was funny to me, because I like watching Sunday Night Football and like watching like the 2 sportscasters who clearly have no clue about celebrity pop culture. Yeah. There's Taylor. Like they don't know how to handle it.
Oh my gosh. And she's genuinely excited to be there. You can tell that.
Yeah.
She's got the same level of excitement though when she sits front row at awards shows and has that like, I'm surprised I'm winning.
Yeah.
Football? This is football, you guys? I'm teasing. I think that what she's done with her career is amazing. She writes a great pop song, and just that little bit of her at award shows drives me crazy. Because as if you're surprised, you're front row.
I think, and haven't we talked about this before? They have courses about Taylor Swift, do they not, in certain universities?
Really?
I think so. Like, I'm pretty sure if Adam Google, I'm sure they have that. But what they should do, because I don't know if they have this, I think they have like they should have a whole marketing class about Taylor Swift's career, because Taylor and her team literally blow everybody out of the water.
Yeah.
Like, she never makes a misstep with how she rolls out songs, rolls out tours, rolls out Easter eggs in album titles or videos to make sure that something that her fans are guessing what's coming next. Like, she just doesn't seem to make a mistake. Like, she really doesn't seem to make a mistake. And Beyonce doesn't either, to come to think of it. But I think Beyonce, like, when she's not out doing stuff, is happy to be away. You know, like, she goes.
Beyonce's marketing strategy is the exact opposite of Taylor Swift, where Beyonce doesn't do any marketing.
Yep.
Like, she doesn't do a single thing for her. The way she promoted the Renaissance tour was with a single Instagram post. That's all the marketing that was done towards the show. And it exists by, on itself.
Yeah.
So,
it's amazing. So you cultivate your relationship. You cultivate your relationship with your fans. You work at that. And then when they're the ones that are going to go to your shows, so you let them know, because you've created this connection with them on social media. Why you don't need anything else. You don't need promotion. You don't need to waste money on a promoter. And sorry, promoters.
Yeah.
But when it gets to that level, you kind of don't. You need, I think the smart people have blended, promotions and ticket sales perhaps together, but.
Oh, and I don't know if we mentioned this, and I don't know if Beyonce's going to do this, but she probably will, which would be smart on her side. Taylor did not team up with a streamer for this Eras Tour movie. She funded it. So she's going to get back half of the box office. Smart. Because she doesn't have to pay a streamer. Like, she didn't tie herself to Netflix or Amazon or whatever, like, none of that.
Yeah.
And so imagine the opening weekend, they think she'll bring in between 100 and 125 million dollars. That's opening weekend. So imagine what it's going to come to. And they said Beyonce's movie, I think, when all is said and done, will bring in 560 million, what they're projecting.
And why shouldn't she get half back? It's her.
Well, exactly. Yeah. But like, that's smart though. Like, she doesn't even need to team with a studio. Like, she doesn't even need to do that. She's Taylor, like, and Beyonce's Beyonce. You know, what's crazy is if they collabed.
That would be crazy. Except that I think that Taylor Swift would be fangirling the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably that way, not the other way around.
No, Beyonce's too chill. Beyonce just like.
She's soups chill. Yeah.
She's just, but I loved when Beyonce and Lady Gaga did Telephone, right? Like, back in the day.
Yeah.
Like 2010, I think they collabed. And so it would be awesome to see Beyonce. I don't know what song they do, because it's very different what they do, but it'd be interesting.
One of my fave Beyonce collabs was when on the Grammys, when they do those pairings of artists, like one from this genre of music and one from this, and they're doing something together, was when she did it with Jennifer Nettles.
Oh yeah.
What's that song? To the left of everything you own in a box to the left.
Oh yeah. I'm forgetting that one.
Irreplaceable.
Exactly. Yeah. They did that, and I thought it was amazing. And just how both respected the song and respected each other, and you could see that. It was really cool. Hey, Jennifer Nettles, by the way, is in the new Exorcist movie.
She is?
Yeah, she is. Have you seen the preview or heard the preview? Because they're running it on our radio stations quite a bit. And listening to it on the radio, it's scary. And then I happened to see a commercial because it was on television and I was watching the television, and the devil child shows up, and it's like, I was paralyzed in my seat, and I was able to turn my head. Like, do not look at it. Awful. But like, people are into it. I just am not. And that's creepy. But Jennifer Nettles is in it, so.
Adam, do you watch horror movies? Because Kelly does not also.
I've recently watched horror movies. I saw Saw the first one 2 weeks ago, and last Tuesday I went in theaters and saw Saw 10, which was amazing. Loved it.
Ew. I
Yeah,
can't do Saw movies.
I love. Yeah, well, in movie theaters with friends.
Yeah.
The other cool way to watch horror movies is in broad daylight, like a Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m., windows down, sun coming in. It's just so weird.
Less scary.
It's less scary, but it's still fun to enjoy.
You don't have to go home in the dark.
Exactly. And I really enjoy it. But it's a recent thing in my life.
I used to end up like, and I know I'm not the only one. I think this is probably relatable. Like I used to watch some of those like like Dateline whatever shows that come on like a Friday night at 9 or 10 p.m. Yep. And then I remember once watching one that was like super like about somebody like crawling through windows and stuff like this. And I was in my apartment in Laval and I was like, God, I'm really here alone right now. It's like not good news.
And this, Kelly, you watch Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
But that's different.
Well, is it?
Yeah.
It's a little weirder,
but I guess that because Criminal Minds to me like is scary, but it's also like it's a storyline. You know what I mean? Right. But when you watch Dateline, you're like, this really happened. Like
yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. So I don't watch Dateline stories by myself. Friday night.
I like thriller stuff. Like I like, being scared in a way that, someone's not necessarily going to be chopped up.
Right.
But, or you don't have to see it, like yep. I like the jumpy stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, I figure our track record for Kelly's trivia is scary.
Yeah.
Trying to come up with a segue for that. So probably not as scary as any of the movies we've talked about. So why don't we get to some triv?
90s now trivia.
Oh no, I'm scared.
Should be scared because I'm starting with the tough one as per usual. Art and literature. What is the purpose of net-art.org?
Adam.
Go Adam.
No celebrities net worth.
Oh, that's a nice guess, but a nice guess.
It's a nice guess, she says. She like it a guess.
I like it. It's super not true. But anyways, go to you. Go to you, Sharon.
Good guess means wrong answer.
Yeah.
Net dash what dot what?
So what is the purpose of net-art.org?
I believe the purpose is to spotlight the art of organizations. Such as, just kidding. I have no idea.
Amazing.
Dunno.
A long-winded answer with nothing, Sharon.
You're welcome.
So the answer is, this website collects the early and continued history of internet art, which started in the 90s.
Ooh.
You know what's funny is like I remember when I was first like computers, all that stuff coming into my existence in the 90s, and like thinking clip art was like the coolest like at the time.
Yeah.
And especially when you could like learn how to like, grab it and then paste it into a Word doc. I'm like, look at me go.
Pretty fancy with your IT.
Yeah. Now I'm still trying to teach myself Adobe Photoshop. That's my.
How about Control Z for undo?
Yeah, there we are. I like that. Control Alt Delete is also another good one.
I bought an online class for Photoshop. Maybe I should, and I didn't use it, so maybe it would be legal for me to lend it to you.
Willing to purchase, Adam, because I my goal is like I try to learn new things every winter, and so this is my goal because like I do Adobe Premiere because this is what I edit on our podcast. So I know some of the things will be similar, but I want to be, because I do a lot of guesswork when I try to use Photoshop, and it's often the wrong guessing. So like, and then I'm sitting there going, why won't that layer move? And I get angry. So.
And there's an infinity of ways to do things in Photoshop. It's such a complex.
Yeah. So that's Kelly's goal for the winter. Didn't I once share a link with you, Sharon, for Photoshop? I believe I sent you like a Photoshop tutorial. Clearly you didn't use it.
That could have been.
With the eyes you're giving us.
I like working with paint, like the app Paint, and I'm very good at it. The end.
Yeah. More than enough. Actually, I still use Paint for a lot of things also. And that's why I didn't like when they change it. They're like, here's like paint, the newbie version. And I was like, no, I just want the regular paint that I know how to use.
Yeah.
So anyways.
Tell me you're getting older without telling me you're getting older.
I'm holding pictures that I picked up at Walmart after they printed them for me.
Yeah. Question number 2 is from the sports category. What was boxer James Smith's nickname?
The Destroyer.
Oh, that's such a good guess, Adam.
Boxer James Smith.
Yeah. Do you watch boxing, Adam?
I'm going to a boxing event really soon.
Okay, very.
Our local girl, Kim Clavel, is fighting for her to get back her belt. So
fighting for her right to party.
Yeah, man. Woo.
Yeah.
And punch you right in the face, right where it hurts.
Right in the kisser. I'm gonna guess Jimmy.
That's his nickname for a boxer?
Yeah. Okay. Jimmy Two Fists. Jimmy Suck a Punch. Jimmy, look over here. Boom. Gotcha.
That's amazing. That should be all the names. Bone Crusher.
Ooh.
I like it.
So Adam was close with Destroyer or whatever you said. Yeah.
And I was close just because I was.
Yeah. What did you say? Jimmy Two Fist? What?
Yeah. And then Jimmy, look over here. Boom. Boom. All right.
Where to go from that? I guess to the next topic.
Up.
Yeah.
We go up because we're just a few weeks away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of 2023 being inducted.
Just before we go into that, if you Spotify Jimmy Two Fists, you'll find some stuff. I guess that's an artist.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that's stuff we should not be searching for on Google.
Yeah, right.
No. This is musical stuff.
Okay, very nice.
He's probably not a DJ though, because you have boxing gloves on. It's hard to wicka.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a song here, "Rich and Poor" by NT Style, featuring Jimmy Two Fists. It's an explicit version though, so
of course it is.
Listen at your own risk.
Wicka beep beep. All right.
Back to you, Sharon.
Here we go. So just a few weeks away from the ceremony that's going to be happening in New York this year as they alternate.
Yeah.
And this year they're going to be streaming it live on Disney Plus. So basically, if you have all that time, go for it. It's like probably, 5+ hours. What you can look forward to is the edited version, which will be great. The highlight reel, basically, that we'll get on January 1st on ABC.
Love it.
Yeah, super cool that that's happening. Sheryl Crow's getting in this year, right?
And so is George Michel.
George Michael.
I've never heard you call him that way.
I know.
George Michel.
I wonder who is going to, because we don't know yet who's inducting, right? That's a surprise.
We don't, but I wonder for Sheryl Crow if the whole idea that if she's recently been spotted and videoed jamming with Olivia Rodrigo, if there's going to be something there.
Yeah. Quick sidebar before you move on. Can I just tell you?
Move on. We are in this story.
Right. We play Olivia Rodrigo quite frequently on Virgin.
Yeah.
Wearing my hat. And I cannot tell you what a tongue twister trying to say Olivia Rodrigo is when you're like, it's not easy.
Really?
Like when I see her, and we often I often introduce her or come off the back of her, whatever. And like, I'm always like, don't screw it up. Don't screw it up.
Have you screwed it up yet?
I have.
Olivia Rodrigo. What's the problem?
It's a bit of a tongue twister when you have to say it quickly, and then not all the time, but it is because sometimes Rodrigo doesn't come out. Like Olivia is not a problem, but sometimes it's the Olivia Rodrigo. Like it doesn't always come out.
So when you're coming off Olivia Rodrigo's back end, is what you said, you have some troubles.
Yeah, that sounds like something we should not be promoting on this show.
No, it's a different. It's 90s now after dark, so it's 90s a little later. So we'll move into somewhere else in the 90s. How about like 1993?
I like it.
For your 90s rewind, we are going to one of the greats. I think whenever I hear the song, no matter what time of year, I'm enjoying a sunny day. Mariah Carey's Dream Lover was top in the charts around this time in 1993.
Yeah.
Love it. And while both Michael Jackson and Janet were on the charts around this time in 93, it was Michael that was being used to elevate SWV's game all the way up the charts on Right Here, Human Nature. And Ace of Base really made it clear with All That She Wants is Another Baby. How many babies does she want? And babies don't mean babies, just so we're clear. Yeah. And we're not. How about Def Leppard?
Oh.
Speaking of numbers, they were 2 steps behind.
Oh, yeah.
And if I were to do, you'd know exactly what I was doing. Hadaway, What is Love?
Oh, What is Love?
That
Baby,
was getting us
don't
moving
hurt
back.
me.
Exactly.
No.
How about that? How about that for 1993?
Another great rewind.
Hey, thank you very much.
He's on a roll.
Rip it.
It's hard to take you seriously in that shawl.
Well, you know what? Last week when we got to hang out, it was like weirdo summer in October. And this week, it's gotten a little more autumnal.
Sweater.
I see you guys are sporting your hoodies too, so you know.
Yeah.
I can't believe Halloween is right around the corner. That's also crazy. Bananas.
Yeah.
Oh, right around the corner. I mean,
a couple of corners.
A couple of
there's
corners.
just over 2 weeks left.
Yeah.
Dang.
Okay, it's right around the corner.
Yeah, you see.
Listener question.
Oh, yes, yes. Go ahead, caller.
And I'm not sure if Adam can answer that. I feel like he can, but because a lot of Christmas tunes come out in October for the holiday season, the question is, what 90s Christmas album will you be listening to this season, and or what was your favorite from back in the day?
Mariah's.
Okay.
I'm excited to hear it again.
Yeah. Isn't it your ringtone? Don't you switch it to your ringtone?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh no, Hey Santa was my ringtone.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like Sia's Christmas album was really good a few years back.
You're right.
But the one I listened to the most, and I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but right when I was, I think 17 or 18, I was right in my phase of being a believer.
Oh, yes.
And the album, Justin's Christmas album, it ain't that good. I mean, yeah, it's not too bad, but it's my guilty pleasure.
Doesn't he have a collab with Mariah Carey on that? Like he did?
He does. Well, didn't they do All I Want for Christmas together?
Yeah.
Was it on the album though?
I think
or was it like a separate release?
They might have done something for Macy's, because didn't they do the music?
It was with Macy's. Yeah.
Isn't that because no one would ever do that? Like, why are you gonna take a song that returns to #1 every single year and what about that says, I'm gonna give it a try? It's not gonna work for you, whoever you are. I don't care.
And the song was on the album. So
there we go.
Wow.
I would like to give a shout out to one of my favorite 90s Christmas albums. Natalie Cole.
Oh
yeah.
You can listen every single song on that album is like you can just listen to that album on repeat for Christmas. Like it's totally good. And then also a shout out to Boys to Men, Let It Snow.
Oh yeah, that is a good one.
Oh, it's so good. That song is just like, oh yeah.
Oh, man. That were also featured on Justin's Christmas album.
Did he have them, or he just did the song?
No, he did a song called Fa La La with Boys to Men. Yeah.
Okay, very nice. He was really trying to make that Christmas album successful by going to all the people that had successful albums.
All the people that prevented it from being successful in an ironic twist.
Well, he was a huge pop star back in those years.
Yeah, that's true. And he was little, and his voice hadn't changed. I mean, he's still I think he's a very good singer.
Yeah,
meaning his speaking voice hadn't changed at that point.
That was 12 years ago. In
Didn't he still have the
hair was
comb
like
over
this
then, or was he in the comb over, or was he out of the comb over at that point?
It was right after the comb over.
Yeah. Okay.
Like this, right?
Yeah, like that. That's nice.
Yeah.
You know what, Sharon? It ain't far away from the truth.
It ain't far away.
I like to stay not far away from the truth most of the time, so we're good.
And that is why you need to watch us with video on YouTube, because that
because the truth is right there. All right. Well, thank you guys for the mail. We appreciate it. We'll ask any of your questions. Well, most of them. At least 90% of them. Thank you for finding us wherever it is that you do that and taking us along for your ride. We love it. And thank you for listening to 90s Now. Still happening.